Hey everyone, Max here. Today we're going to be watching another episode of the Worst Internet Gun Fails, number 6. Alright, Brand Herrera, what is going to happen today? We've seen a lot of Tannerite explosions. We saw a lot of weddings go wrong. Boy, have we seen a lot of weddings go wrong. We've seen guns exploding. What could possibly wind up happening on this episode of the Darwin Awards? Let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? I'll leave a link to the original in the description. If you enjoy, please do leave a like. If you have anything you'd like me to react towards, please do leave it in the comments. And please do subscribe to follow along more in the future and join me through some more of these adventures. Let's get to it!
It's almost like this is exactly why you typically don't have people standing in front of your line of fire.
That already sounds like a bad idea!
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and
The ceiling!
welcome back to another episode of the Darwin Awards. Some of my most watched and least monetizable videos. I'm your host, Brand
Aren't those the best ones?
Herrera, and as we say around here, guns are awesome. Idiots are not. When you put the two of those things together, sometimes you end up with the winner of a Darwin Award. Darwin Award, of course, being the reward that you get when you remove yourself from the gene pool. You've done your part to help evolution, and the fittest continue to survive. Now, the primary purpose of this series is to be educational. Yeah, we crack more than our fair share of fucked up
Because the best way to learn is through others' mistakes instead of your own.
jokes, but the purpose is to use that as a teaching tool to show you where they fucked up safety-wise and how to make sure it never happens to you. So YouTube, please remember that this is educational content meant to promote responsible gun ownership and gun safety.
The more you know.
Please. Anyhow, let's just jump right into the first couple clips. Let's start with bad training exercises. So for our first clip, we have
Remember, it is perfect practice that makes perfect.
some sort of either Mexican, Central, South American police officer doing a very advanced tactical drill, which is spin around in circles with a loaded rifle and then try to engage targets while you're dizzy. I, for one, am impressed by the creativity of this sort of tactical exercise and see no way that this could possibly go wrong. So let's see how this plays out. Spin around in circles with a loaded AR-15. Great start.
No! You don't do like that show with the wild and crazy kids back in the 90s, spin around and try to hit a T-ball with guns!
Engages the targets fairly well. Oh, now he has to do it with a pistol.
Like, okay, I can understand having to take fire while being disoriented. I guess that's not really a bad thing to try and train for. Don't do it with freaking live ammo! And he shot himself in the leg.
And shoots himself right through the leg while reholstering. I just noticed that on the shirt too. He's federal police. Policia Federal. Policia Federal.
Good enough for government work.
Oh, God. That's... See, he doesn't even try to reholster. Fires. Fingers still on the trigger. Oh, jeez. What the hell? See, my first time watching this, I thought it was some sort of obstruction. Like when he's trying to re-enter the holster, but now that I see this like on the big screen, I was watching this before on my phone, now I see it on my computer. he doesn't even like touch the holster really, he just slams that fucking trigger again while he's going for the holster and sails around directly through his leg. You can see it here.
Ooh.
Yep, right
I don't know what a gunshot feels like, but I never want to ever experience one.
there. And he's feeling his leg. Like, yeah, brother, that's blood. You just shot yourself. Probably just a grazing hit. He obviously wasn't too freaked out by it, so hopefully he's all right. He is lucky it was just a graze, though. Funny thing about your legs.
There's a lot of blood in there.
There's a lot of meaty shit in there that likes to bleed. If you put a bullet through your femoral artery and you don't put a tourniquet on it immediately, you're unconscious and probably dead before you can say, I thought it was a prop gun. Yeah, lucky for this guy. Was it stupid? Yes. But he just seemed like he got a little graze. He'll be fine. So you got to choose your holsters carefully and remember one of the primary 4 rules of gun safety. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Unless you're intentionally sailing around through that leg to get that sweet Bolivian workers comp. This one's not great, but the next one is worse. So for our next entry, we have another Spanish-speaking country with some sort of tactical training drill from what it seems like are 2 mall cops.
I don't like the looks of this.
Let's see what kind of wonderful tactical training they're about to do. Failure to fire. Okay, nice. Okay, before we even get to this part, what the hell are they trying to train for? Like, I understand practicing bounding movement and things like.
Like, what is this? The 1700s musket fire rank file shooting? Fire, switch. Like, come on, man. Just have both guns pointing out and ready to go or something. Like, if you want to have one person as a level of cover, that's one thing. But have both shooters out and go. It's better to have two guns trained on a perp than just having one. Like, come on, man.
Like that and covering your buddies during a reload, but they're literally just pirouetting around each other with behind no cover or using their friend as cover. Not a great.
I'm sure it's one of those things that sounded cool on paper, then you try and then this looks embarrassing.
Great idea. Although in this case, there's obviously quite a lot of cover there. Let's see what happens here. Now, why you would ever be engaging targets with your gun on top of your buddy's head is beyond.
Side, always to the side, because if your person in front of you is kneeling, they have only one direction they can really go to start moving. Now, they could sure try to go to the left, but their feet are planted. They aren't going to left or right very well. They're gonna go up, where your gun is. Don't do that.
On me. It's almost like this is exactly why you typically don't have people standing.
I think this is probably the #1 reason of friendly fire in shooter video games, too.
In front of your line of fire. Now, luckily, it looks like he just blows his buddy's hat off and maybe gives him a nice little haircut.
Like that Polish army soldier with the blanks, although I don't think these were blanks. He got lucky as heck! At least I hope those are blanks, honestly.
But this didn't end fatal for anybody.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, if you ever go to a tactical
Jesus.
training course and they have you doing shit like this, do yourself a favor and
Get your money back!
leave that training class and then charge back that class with your credit card because they're gonna get you killed. Because ultimately, your part-time mall security job just ain't worth it. But I'll tell you about a security gig that is worth it. Cybersecurity, that is.
Ad time. This one's probably...
That's right. I want to quickly thank our sponsor, NordVPN, for helping me not go. We greatly appreciate Nord supporting the channel. Back to the Darwin Awards. All right, let's see what we got for this next video. Ah, a female with a gun. I'm just kidding. I gotta keep you on your toes. 'Tis not the holder of the gun that is the problem, it is the behavior. So let's check this one out.
It's more scary if it's an idiot with a gun.
Of course,
That is actually something you don't want to see.
this is in Russia. I'm assuming Russia. That's definitely some Cyrillic-based language. So let's check this out. So she's got what I guess appears to be a Beretta of some sort, I would assume. Just by, I don't know, the look of it.
Oh, okay, looks like a Makarov to my eyes, but then again, what do I know about guns?
And the way she's swinging it around. I don't know. Could be a Makarov variant or something like that, too, come to think of it. Berettas are a little bigger. I don't know, unless she's, like, giant, got big hands.
Yeah, when I think Beretta, I do think a bigger gun.
Either way, not relevant. So she tries to fire, and it's a click. It's a hammer-fired gun, so she hears a click. Click, click, click. She thinks it's unloaded, or that it's a dud, or whatever, so she starts just swinging that bitch around.
She just flagged everybody, and then it went off. Oh, that's why you do not flag people. You keep that gun either down, or up, or away from anybody, preferably down where you know where it's going to land. In fact, that should be... I think that is a rule about gun safety. Know where your target is.
And then, surprise! It was loaded. Let's see that again with a little bit more volume. Yeah, with this frame rate...
Did you hear the secondary clash? I think they might have shot a sign or something.
Right here, we have the literal smoking gun. So, Brandon, what the fuck happened here? If it was loaded, why didn't it go off? So let me show you. This right here is a Beretta M92 variant.
Yeah, they do look a little different, don't
Did
they?
a video on this that nobody watched. This, just to show clear, there's no magazine, obviously no round in the chamber. So I can pull the trigger, click, nothing happens. Thing is with this, and a lot of other hammer-fired guns, it's double action, which means you could just pull the trigger again, and the hammer will actually recock itself through a heavy trigger pull, and it can fire or not fire multiple times, but you can pull the trigger multiple times and the hammer will always reset and re-engage the firing pin. Now what happened with Tatiana here is she probably had what is called a light strike. This is a 9mm bullet. On the back of it is a centerfire cartridge, so it has a primer right there in the middle of the
I kind of wish you put the little primer part more in the middle, but hey, what can I say?
back of the cartridge. What happens is when you pull a trigger on a gun like this, the hammer goes forward, makes contact with the firing pin moves forward to strike that primer. Sometimes if you have kind of an old firing pin or a weak hammer or just bad ammo, hard primer, a lot of things that can cause this, you'll get what's called a light strike, where the firing pin makes contact with the primer, but it doesn't set off the round. One of the ways you can handle this, obviously, if it's an ammo problem, is you can just clear the gun, chamber a new round, and try again. But because this is double action, what you can also do is keep pulling the trigger because that firing pin is going to keep engaging that cartridge. You can try that once or twice. And in this case, it was just enough, a little extra oomph to set off the round.
Fired that a few times, didn't they?
So just because your round doesn't go off doesn't mean it's safe to start swinging around everywhere. Remember, treat every firearm as if it's loaded, especially when you know it is. Now I can already hear you guys saying, Brandon, nobody's died so far.
That pose too, as soon as she shot her, it's like, whoa. It did make a nice little pose out of it though.
Episode of Darwin Awards. This is bullshit. This is, the Darwin Award. You're supposed to die, right? First of all, you're disappointed you're not watching people fucking die?
Look, it's the internet. People are going to, when you see something called the Darwin Awards, they want the actual experience.
It's a little fucked up.
Yes,
Why
it
would
is.
you come
but it's the
into a
internet.
video wishing to see somebody die? That's disgusting.
Secondly,
Listen, gladiator events were one of the top viewing things back in the old days. People are disturbing.
like I said before, this is an educational, edutainment kind of video showing you scenarios that could win you a Darwin Award. But don't worry, for you sickos out there, I'm pretty sure in these next clips, somebody at some point fucking dies. So here's the setup. You want to be
Oh, I've seen this one before. It's one of my favorite clips. I love this one.
patriotic or really just fuck around in your backyard, so you buy one of those 50 cal signal cannons. I imagine the kind of guys who buy these are the same kind of guys who build those little miniature ships in the bottle. But it's good fun. It's kind of cool to own a little kind of semi-functional cannon. The only problem with that is it involves you playing with black powder, which can sometimes be a cruel mistress, especially when you leave the cap off by accident. Jeez. Jesus Christ.
Put your caps on your gunpowder, folks, because you don't know when it's going to backblast. You can kind of even see a little bit of smoke coming off the little, kind of diagonally popping off a little over. So you can kind of see the shot that does get it.
So yeah, if you're going to be setting off black powder, typically not a good idea to have
That stuff be sensitive.
your open container of black powder sitting, I don't know, 1.5 feet from it. Bad call. Although I really don't see any of it going in. That's what she said. Like, starting this over, like, yeah, you can see that kind of randomly flare up. I'm sorry. It's still funny to watch. That fucking still frame. Oh no. Yeah, because like there's nothing
And it just goes like, the way it just goes pop.
happens over on the black powder side until it does. Yeah,
Jeez.
that doesn't go over well. The good news is,
It's like the top layer goes first, fizzles out, then the bottom layer goes all at once.
despite this looking like a fucking hand grenade went off, he's most likely okay. Black powder's very dangerous, it's very unstable, but when you just have like a basic open plastic container like that, doesn't really build as much
You might get some cutting plastic shrapnel, but it could be worse. At least it ain't metal.
pressure as, say, like in a cannon barrel, something going wrong there. Compared to things like smokeless powder and any actual real explosives, it burns pretty slow, so homeboy probably got the fucking shit scared out of him, and probably some burns and things like that, but he's fine.
And definitely a hole in that yard. Whew.
And this is where I eat my words and I find out, like, he fucking died brutally. But speaking of
Here's hoping he didn't.
explosions, it's time to talk about RPGs. We've had more than our fair
My favorite genre of game. No, I hit the M.
RPGs on the Darwin Awards in the past. This first one isn't really a Darwin Award because the guy doing it isn't the one that got affected by it, but it was still great, and I think it deserves an honorable mention. Now this one comes from either Syria or Libya, something like that. I can't specifically remember where I saw this, but
I don't like the way that is getting pointed off.
you have some people in the streets who are clearly not very happy, to the tune that
I am never going to win the battle of finding out where he's going to put his face. I swear to God.
they're trying to shoot rockets at someone at a faraway building. The problem is when your target is all the way over there, and between you and your target is the corner of an apartment building, you should probably be pretty careful about where you're throwing that rocket.
Yeah.
Oh no. Just gonna go out on a limb and say that hopefully these buildings were evacuated at this point. Man, the streets are a shit show down there. Good thing I'm safe in my 4th-story apartment.
And then, not so much anymore.
I love his buddy in the white shirt immediately after. It's just like, Habib, what the fuck?
Anybody underneath there is going to be showered in debris and glass. And glass is not something you want falling on you.
Bro? Yeah, that's, that one's not great. But at least that one was an accident. It wasn't something that somebody
We hope.
was doing on purpose, like this next one. This one comes to you from Lebanon. Apparently there was a big problem with a fuel shortage, and they are celebrating the arrival of gasoline to their town. What better way of celebrating than to fire a fucking RPG in the air?
No. No. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on, I'm just gonna talk about how fucking sketch it is. Okay, hold up. There is no way I'm going to the fucking Middle East and I'm seeing a homeboy with an RPG loaded.
If you're doing this, why are you walking into the middle of a road with it? If you're gonna fire it, just go ahead and stand off to the side. Why are you getting in the middle of the dang road for it?
Over his shoulder, signaling me to stop my truck. I'm running that motherfucker over.
I'm not stopping for a guy with a missile that'll blow up my car and me with it. Like, come on. Even if it was a gun, I would be very scared to do it.
He's just like, oh, hold on one second. I'm just gonna fire this in the fucking air like.
Oh, I guess they were. Oh, that trash can's about to go flying too. Call it. The trash can just got blown back.
Jesus. You know, there's a saying when we talk about firing guns in the air.
What bus goes up?
Other than don't fucking do that.
Yeah, that
The
too.
saying is what goes up must come down. That applies to bullets. That's why firing in the air is a terrible idea. It's how a lot of people every year get really hurt. You know what else it applies to? High explosive ordnance. Fucking kill.
That frame, my goodness.
Screenshot, by the way. Sure would be a shame.
And that trash, I just knew that trash can was going. I wonder if that's why they went over there. They knew it was going to knock that trash can over.
If you're celebrating that brand new truck of gas in your town.
And he freaking did it in one hand, too. This guy was just being full on Chad idiot, wanting to show off.
And a random fucking rocket comes down and obliterates the truck. That would be a little awkward, huh? Now, RPGs do have a minimum arming distance, but I don't think they have a maximum arming distance, which means that if that comes down nose first, it's still blowing the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that game they used to play, I guess when the Boy Scouts were fucking suicidal. Just take
Lawn darts!
a bow and arrow and shoot it up in the air, and everybody has to
Oh, no, worse!
stand in the circle and just kind of wait and play chicken. It's like that. Except again with high explosive ordnance. So up next we have what I think is the best video of this entire episode.
So wait, is it confirmed that it came down and landed on a gasoline truck? Please, if you know for sure that's what happened, I can understand that's what it's implying. I don't know if that's actually what happened. So if you know for a fact that that happened, please let me know in the comments, because I want to know what really happened with that shot.
Another RPG one. Who'da guessed?
Hey, best content ever for videos and for games.
Before we do, I just want to say if you're enjoying the content and you like this kind of style, please consider subscribing. We do some range videos. We
Hey, you heard him. Subscribe.
also do stuff like gun meme review, curse gun images. So if you're new around here and you're liking this style of content, hit that subscribe button. Shameless plug over. RPGs. All right, so this one is a Middle Eastern wedding convoy.
Always a good sign.
Another fucking wedding. Jesus. It's been like one wedding mishap for every episode of the Darwin
Pretty
Awards so
much.
far. So here we go. Got our little wedding convoy got
What do they have on the front? That better be flowers.
people sticking guns, shotguns, boom tubes, whatever, out the windows to celebrate. But do you know what's better than a shotgun?
Oh, dear God.
An RPG. Ugh, fuck.
I mean, that didn't look like an RPG.
So was that. I'm never getting fucking married. You know what? I actually have a theory. So this has been everywhere on the internet, saying that it was an RPG. Somebody shot an RPG out the fucking window, and the
No, that is definitely not what I'm seeing.
backblast is what kills everybody in this fucking car. I'm starting to think that's not what fucking happened. So this is an RPG 7, specifically.
Yeah, that did not look like an RPG to me. That kind of looked more like an old blunderbuss. Well, not blunderbuss, but like an old musket or thing. And I know that they have like this little tradition of having these long guns, like do like smoky black, like backfire things. And I'm wondering if maybe that might have been it.
A Bulgarian Circle 10 RPG 7. The way this works is after loading your rocket, you have a little firing mechanism here. So you pull this hammer back, and then you hold the trigger. Releases the hammer, strikes a firing pin, which ignites the rocket. Now, as you can see in some of the other videos, it's not a slow burn. As soon as that trigger's pulled,
It's immediate.
that rocket is out of there. There's a primary charge in these
Not to mention, it's very loud too.
RPGs. It doesn't have to build up pressure and then slowly it like rockets out the front. It is launched, and the rocket motor keeps burning after it's launched to keep it moving. All right, I'm done flexing this. I can put this away now. I'm not even
You are never done flexing an RPG. Let's face it.
fucking kidding you. It's not until I pulled it up on this big computer screen that I figured this out. Like, I'm figuring this out in real time. If you look at this video again, which I'm happy
Yeah, that's a gun. That's not an RPG.
to do because it's hilarious, you see there's a buildup. Like, in this frame here, there's clearly fire going on. And then fire and smoke.
Oh.
More smoke, lots of smoke.
I think that's more akin to our cannonball guy who, like, something blew up inside that car, and probably more of an incendiary kind of thing instead of a boom kind of thing.
And then you hear the boom. And then everybody fucking bails and tucks and rolls.
Christ.
Yeah, it's not awesome for them. Like I said, this video is all over the internet, Reddit, Instagram, everything like that, depending on what kind of fucked up people you follow, saying that this was an RPG fired inside of a vehicle. And that's what I thought it was, because backblast is fucking lethal, as we've
Yeah, but it's not that smoky.
proved on Darwin Awards before. Backblast being that equal and opposite reaction that pushes the rocket forward that shoots out the rear of the fucking tube. The hot jet of pressurized skullfuck. Not the thing you want enclosed in a four-door sedan. What might have actually happened, at least from my eyes, might be closer to our signal cannon patriotic music guy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that
I mean, that kind of rate of burn looked like that to me. Didn't it look like to you?
looks damn near identical. That flare up, the smoke, you see a bunch of smoke, you see the jet go back down, and then, boom, then you get an explosion. The timelines almost match up perfectly, too. Mm-hmm. Call me crazy, but what I think actually happened is they had those, like, black powders, why I said, like, boomsticks or whatever. They've got, like, these black powder shotgun-looking things that they use in wedding ceremonies and
They
things.
do, like, this little ceremony where they, like, kind of jump up in the air, put the gun down, and blast. I don't know why they do it that way, but that's what they do from what I've seen, and they're kind of cool looking.
Things like that in the Middle East. Basically just a blunderbuss kind of thing that's meant for theatrics. Black powder obviously makes a bunch of like smoke and flame and whatnot. Looks the best.
Yeah, kind of like this kind of stuff.
What I think is happening is that they're
It was like doing two at once, like boom, boom. But yeah, at least they pointed down to the ground most of the time. The other one was going into the air. I didn't like that.
shooting this and loading it or whatever and loading it in hot bores inside of a vehicle, something like that. A little piece of ember is all it takes if you've got open black powder to just light the whole fucking thing up, and I would bet money that's exactly what happened here.
I'm with
Because
you
you
on
can even
that.
see it's exactly what's happening. Okay, I got another detail. Hold on. Is it just me or did that not look like it went off all the way? Like it looked like
Yeah, that kind of felt like that way too.
maybe the percussion cap? Okay, so, oh fuck. Sorry, I'm going like fucking CSI on that, but this is like really cool. So the percussion cap, if you have like an old black powder gun, is the cap that goes right here on the cylinder that when the hammer is released, it goes forward, smacks that, and it is a little tiny explosion. It's kind of like the primer on a centerfire cartridge. Back in the day, they didn't have contained cartridges, so they just used actual little percussion caps that serve the same purpose on reloading black powder. I would imagine they're using something similar here. That looks like it might have been just a little percussion cap thing goes off, but not the full recoil, and the smoke doesn't shoot out the front of the barrel until afterward. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, because it looked like it kind of went out the back of the gun, didn't it?
But it sure looks like that to me. And then he's hanging it back out the front again. Now that looked like it went off. What?
Am I crazy? Or did that look like a situation of, hey, what's going on? And was looking down the barrel situation?
Crazy video. I did not expect it to go that direction. I thought I was just going to make fun of them for, either A, watching their buddy load a fucking RPG in the back seat of their sedan, or at the very least, get in with their buddy into a sedan with a loaded and ready RPG.
I always say it. You think the America love their guns? Oh my goodness, the Middle East love their guns.
Not great decision making, but honestly, this makes a lot more sense. That's what I think happened in this video. Let me know what you thought happened. That just makes the most sense to me. Let me know if you found something I didn't catch, or if I'm totally off base on this, or if you agree with my assessment. But yeah, that's a good reminder that black powder is no joke. Black powder guns might be super cool and way less regulated than actual firearms, but we have to keep in mind they are still very dangerous. I think that is all we've got for you guys this episode of the Darwin Awards, but not to worry. If you haven't seen the other 5 episodes of the Darwin Awards we've done in the past, we've got that in a playlist. I'll go ahead and link that down in the description and in the pinned comment. They are pretty much all age restricted, so I'm sorry about that, but that one's
Gee, I wonder why.
on YouTube. But they're down available to watch if you want to. Other than that, I just appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks, guys.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon. Like Rasputin's rise to the top.
Love this song.
Yes, we crack more than a couple of fucked up jokes, but the purpose of that is to use them to teach you the proper way to handle firearms and things so that this doesn't fuck. Yeah, we crack more than our fair share of fucked up jokes, but the purpose is to use that to teach you guys where they went wrong safety-wise and how the... Fuck.
Do it live, buddy. What?
The fuck was that noise?
That was not your phone, that was the video. I don't even know what that voice
And
was come
the
from.
thing's fucking up again.
No.
Fantastic.
I didn't know his nose was that crooked. All right, well, hi. Thank you very much for joining me through that one here. So yeah, we've definitely learned don't mess with black powder. That seems to be the theme of this particular episode here. Black powders and misfires seems to be the big thing about here. Oh, and don't be doing little tandem spin arounds. That's not a real tactic. All right. I thank you very much for watching this with me here. If you enjoyed, I hope you leave a like. If you have anything you'd like me to react towards, please leave a comment on it. And please do subscribe to join me more in the future. I'll catch you guys later. And don't forget to live life to the max. I'm out.